Okay, so yellow ochre, burnt sienna, and burnt umber. And I'm mixing a bit of burnt sienna in my burnt umber to make it a little bit more reddish, and mix the whole thing with yellow ochre so we can have the first layer for the lemons. We need darks. These are small. If it was bigger lemons, like if they were bigger size, then it will be easier. I don't have to go that dark. This you'll see in a minute when we start highlighting why we need to go dark. Okay, so we did all of those in the same colors. We're going to do the same with the baskets. All of the baskets, anything that's yellow, that we're going to use yellow on, we're going to do the same. So, oh, there were some lemons here too. Let's leave this. We might put red pepper in here. What do you think?
Good idea.
Yeah. Okay, let's do that. So, because we have a lot of yellow in here. So now I have, again, we have some lemons in here inside this basket. Okay, and then okay, and then so this is good. And I move the camera, or actually you can still see the baskets on this side. So I'm going to move the camera a bit. All right, so we have, okay. Okay. There are different ways of doing the yellow for the baskets. You could mix if you want for the base. You could mix purple and yellow, and that would be the first layer to make it darker. I prefer not to do that. I like the orange or the kind of brown yellow color for the base, more of warm colors. Now go down. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing here. You're going to get our warm, dark yellows, and I'm going to put them in. So we have a dark base. So when we put the baskets, the weave, we can see it. And we're going to do all of those baskets the same way. Okay. Top. Over here too. This basket here in the back. This basket has a bit of brown in it, which is nice. And basket in the back. And here. And in the front, there's in the original in the original reference, there are wire baskets, so we're not going to do that. We'll just put wooden crates. Okay, right. So many baskets in here. Okay, and oh, that's one basket, one big basket in here, which is better. We'll decide what we're going to put in them, in those. And once we start putting the color of the lemons, it would really look good. Okay, now those crates that I put in there instead of the black wire baskets, we don't need too much dark in there because eventually we're going to be using yellow ochre and titanium buff. So they don't look exactly the same color as the basket. So I'm just using right now yellow ochre as a base. Just a bit of yellow ochre in here. In the back, there's another one. So I'll just put another one in here. And one here. So and the same thing, burnt umber, yellow ochre, a bit of burnt sienna, and then put those lemons in here because we need the dark. I think we should put some lavender in those baskets in here just to get some color going. Lavender would be a nice color, purple with yellow. Lemons in here and some lemons in this one here. And some burnt umber in between those, in the crates in here. Just a bit of burnt umber in between. Darken this one with a bit of burnt umber and here. Okay, so I'm adding first layer of highlights. It's yellow ochre and cadmium yellow light. Because some of the lemons in the back are darker than the ones in the front. And we are going to highlight slowly. So, and then So we have.
Are you close to the lake of the bay, sir?
Can you hear what, anyone talking in the class?
Yes.
You can hear, okay. Okay, so now let's go back. And it's good. I'm really liking those colors. Very nice. Again, one more time. And we should be good. Okay, so now I have the first layer. I'm going to come back and use more yellow ochre. I'm sorry, cadmium yellow light, not yellow ochre, into my yellow ochre. So cadmium yellow light. And then I'm going to highlight some of these lemons that are in the front. Round brush, that works very well. It will look better when we start putting a bit of green leaves. A bit more. We'll wait for it to dry. If it's not dark enough or light enough or whatever, if it needs to be adjusted, we'll adjust the colors. They're really brighter than what you see in the reference, but honestly, I like them brighter than what I'm seeing in the reference. Especially because we're going to be putting leaves, green leaves. Okay. I'm gonna go in with a bit of yellow ochre and burnt sienna, and just kind of give it a bit of depth in between, darken in between a bit. So separate those lemons a bit. Because when I started highlighting, I lost the depth a bit. In some areas, not everywhere. Okay, so now I have yellow ochre, and I put a bit of water in my yellow ochre to make it transparent. And so I'm gonna glaze some of these so they don't look like they're all the same color. I'm gonna push some of them back. Because they're round, they're not flat. So some parts of those lemons will look darker. Okay. So over here too, just a bit, just to make them look round. Much better. Now I'm gonna get, this is ultramarine blue. Just gonna get some ultramarine blue. I mean, you could use sap green if you like. It's the same. The reason I'm using ultramarine blue to make green is just because I have my yellows in here, and I'm going to mix some cadmium yellow light with a bit of yellow ochre and mix it with my ultramarine blue to make a green. And I'm going to come here. Actually, I need darker green. I'm gonna put some more blue in there, ultramarine blue. And I'm just gonna put a couple of those. And we will highlight them. The green is going to make a big difference because you're not seeing only yellow anymore. So the green will give it some nice shape.
Do you use
And then-
yellow ochre or cadmium yellow light?
Yeah, I use yellow ochre. I mix it with cadmium yellow light, and then I mix it with ultramarine. I mix both of them because cadmium yellow light is very light to use with ultramarine to make the green. I would use cadmium yellow medium first, and then, but now because I have cadmium yellow light, I mixed it a bit with yellow ochre to tone it down, and then I added the ultramarine blue. If you want, some of those leaves, some of them, if they don't look great and you don't want to, not the leaves, I mean the lemons, if some of them are looking funny or whatever, use the leaves to camouflage. I'm not really putting them exactly where I'm seeing them. So in exactly where they are in the reference, I'm just putting them wherever I find they look good. Okay, now I'm going to start highlighting a bit. Adding cadmium yellow light to my ultramarine blue. Those leaves usually have a bit of red in them, the green, so they're toned down, they're more like olive color, but really for what we're doing, the size we're working on, this is good. Okay. Okay. What I would do after is I will take maybe let's see if I can take burnt umber. Um, so I used burnt umber. I added a bit of yellow into my burnt umber to highlight it. And I'm going to hang kind of ropes for those, hang those lemons. And they're here too. And that one. Just cleaning up. This is really good this way. I mean, highlighting or cleaning up after. Just go to the ones that you think they don't look round enough, or they need a bit of more highlights, and just add that. That's good. Mixing yellow cadmium yellow light and yellow ochre, because acrylics, it dries, color dries darker or lighter, or never lighter, it's always darker. Okay, I like that, looks good. So if you're done with this, and the next step is adding some of, let's take some darks in here. Exactly what we did before. Yellow ochre, some burnt sienna, and let's put the first layer of the other lemons in here, in this basket. And that one here too. Okay, and here they're done. This is a good time to give the lemons some shape by using yellow ochre and burnt sienna, and go in between, darken some areas to push them, to separate them, to look, to make them look like they're not, they shape them. Okay, now yellow ochre. So we're going to highlight those baskets and give them some shape. So we're going to simplify the shape. This is, I'm going to use yellow ochre, titanium buff to highlight my yellow ochre, and burnt umber for the darks. So I have now yellow ochre, titanium buff, round brush, and let's give it some, let's give those baskets some shape. Let's start with the one in the front. Rim. This is the first basket in the front. So it's going to be a bunch of lines across and horizontal and vertical to give the shape of a basket weave. And we're going to, simplify. So at the bottom, I can see a line here going across like this. And over that line, perfect. Okay. I cannot do exactly what I see in that basket because it's too small. What we're working on here, really small. So I'm just going to put a suggestion of a basket weave. It's looking flat right now. The side is looking exactly like the front, but I will darken the side in a minute. I'll glaze it and push it back. Push it in. So this is the side right here. I'm gonna let it dry before I do anything. I'm just using right now a bit of burnt umber and yellow ochre, and I'm gonna darken the bottom part. Really darken the bottom part. Okay. Now, it looks flat right now. So I'm going to take a bit of burnt umber and like a glaze. Okay, so it's not heavy. And I'm just going to do this. I'm glazing the side with burnt umber. That's it. I pushed it back in. Okay. Or you could use yellow ochre, whichever works. I'm going to go back to my yellow ochre and titanium buff. I'll highlight a bit more this side. And then here again. Just, I mean, really a suggestion, kind of. Okay, right here, and then have it have the top a bit. It's good. I take just a bit of yellow ochre and just kind of put some yellow ochre in here. Good. Now this has a handle, dark handle. I'm going to use burnt umber. And I'm just going to get the handle. Okay. Let's work on the one in the back. Same idea. It's not that light, the one in the back. So I'm going to take my yellow ochre and a bit of burnt umber in my yellow ochre, touch, very small amount. And I'm going to come here, yellow ochre, burnt umber, very small amount of burnt umber. And again, this doesn't have too much. Sorry, I'm going to highlight that so you can see it with titanium buff. I guess it's better to just use highlights and then darken if we want to do anything with this, better than usually using the darks first and then the highlights. So let's highlight it for the weave. This basket is on a different angle. But I'm going to keep it really simple. I'm not going to even worry about the angle. These are not important. They're just on this side. This is burnt umber. I'm going to put more burnt umber in here. Handle. And let's keep it very simple with this one. Really, really simple. This is burnt umber. I'm just putting a couple of little dots just to open up the weave. Just show it more, show the weave more. Open it up, let's show it. Okay.